What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Crush City Territory. I'm Chandler Rome, joined by Tyler Stafford, fresh off of the Astros going into the Bronx and taking 2 of 3 from a Yankees team that, Tyler, if you watched these 3 games against the Yankees, I hope you came away as an Astros fan like thankful for what you watch on a daily basis, because the Astros are a very good fundamental team. Like, I know they played 3 games in Boston that would suggest they are not, but this is a very good defensive team. This is a team that plays pretty smart for the most part, that catches the ball when it's hit to it, that, they run the bases well. Jose Altuve, maybe notwithstanding, but they run the bases well. This is a team that is pretty well rounded fundamentally. The Yankees are not that. That is a rough watch for a baseball purist. That is a Yankees team that is built to just outscore other teams, to just score a bunch of runs and maybe overcome those flaws. And the Astros pitching did a very good job of holding them in check and having their run prevention machine really hold up.
Yeah, you know who I like watching play baseball is Carlos Correa.
Uh-huh.
That play that he made today in the 6th inning to turn that double play, he's been playing third base for like 45 minutes, and he made a play that I don't know that 5 other third basemen make in baseball. He's so good. Uh, the home runs that he and Altuve, I mean, I was just fist pumping all weekend. Every time it would cut to the Astros dugout and you'd see like the back of the jerseys and it's like Altuve and Correa and they're like slapping each other on the back, or they're just like cheering over the dugout. Look, we've talked about this. I am fully aware that baseball happens on the field and it is hard to quantify things outside of it. But let me just say, having Carlos Correa on the team changes the vibes. Like every mound meeting is now, a full on team meeting. Correa's out there. Even after his home run today, he got back and Altuve was coming up and trying to give him a high five. And he was like in his face, like, look for the high five. Like he was telling him, like, here's what's coming. Like that dude is locked in. I mean, what he has like a 1100 OPS in the games that he's played with the Astros so far. He looks rejuvenated. Um, don't let him play for another team again. Now that he's here, now that we've experienced what it's like to not have Carlos Correa, keep this dude around because there is something special about having him on the team. And I mean, not to mention watching Jose Altuve just wreck the Yankees is the best thing in the world. I love it so much. I love that he doesn't even wait. It's the first pitch every time and just deposits one into left field. I don't know if you saw today, but today was his 250th home run.
Mm-hmm.
He's the 25th player to have 250 home runs, 250 stolen bases, and whatever Yankees fan caught it did not know ball because he threw it back in. I'm like, brother, you could have turned that into a whole lot of things to exchange. Didn't even have to be Astro specific. I guarantee you could have gotten a signed Aaron Judge bat in exchange for giving Altuve his home run back, and Bracamane just ran out onto the field and picked it up and got it for Altuve. Yeah, what a fun series. I mean, they even the Saturday game, it was right there the whole time. But you're right. I mean, the Astros are just a machine, man. Like they just everyone on the team feels like they're, like you said, just fundamentally sound. Uh, you know, are they're a good baseball team. It's a lot of fun to watch. Jason Alexander is just good. I don't know how that happened. The Astros pitching machine. Look, I'm aware that this has been touched on 1,000 times. We have to talk. The man's name is Jason Alexander, and he pitched against the Yankees today. That's like if some guy named Steve Carell played for Scranton, like their AAA. Like that's insane. That's so funny that he played. They should have let him pitch in a blazer today. Like they should have let him just go out in full Costanza mode. But the the guy was a bullpen arm for the Sacramento, Oakland of Anaheim Athletics, and is now carrying a no-hitter into the 6th inning against the Yankees. The Astros are inevitable. I don't know what else to say. They keep doing it.
Yeah, good cambio from Jason Alexander. Cambio is Spanish for a changeup. That's one of the few Spanish words I know right off of.
Jason Alexander looks like a man who speaks Spanish.
I don't believe he does. He does remain the master of his domain, however. After this, did you see on the Yes Network when they were introducing him? Paul O'Neill was in the booth. Paul O'Neill had a cameo in Seinfeld.
Cambio.
So Michael Kay kept having fun with Paul O'Neill, and one of the, you know how I think they do it on Space City too, but they'll put like 3 like bullet points for the starting pitcher every game. One of them for Jason Alexander today was "The sea was angry, my friends," and it was about how he threw 7 scoreless against the Marlins the other day.
Good.
Like for a Seinfeld fan like me, that was excellent. But good on Jason Alexander, who picked up Framber Valdez, who did not have one of his best outings on Saturday. The only reason the Astros were even in that game on Saturday is, like I said earlier, the Yankees are not a good fundamental team. Camilo Duvall threw away a PFP that should have been a double play ball. I believe they threw away another fly ball that was hit to left field in that game that allowed people to get extra bases.
Cody Bellinger came so close to throwing out that guy at home today. It was so close.
He did. But that guy was Jose Altuve, who had another it does seem like, I think I was not in New York, so I did not hear Carlos say this, but I read that Carlos said they should just treat it like a spring training game every time he comes to New York, because it just
turn
seems
your back.
It seems like he relishes the booze, and he'll never say it. Jose will never say that publicly. That's just not something that he is into doing. He's not into having that sort of thing, but I think he rises to the occasion. You mentioned he hit his 250th home run today. He needs
crazy.
He needs one more double. He has 449 doubles as we speak. So he has 250 homers.
That's the Bagwell homer number. Do you also have these numbers just burned into your head of random Astro stats of 449 is Bagwell homer?
I don't know. That's a weird thing that you have, because you grew up here and Craig
Biggio hit 668 doubles, in case you were curious.
I did know that. I did know the 668 doubles, but you're dovetailing into something that I was going to bring up. Altuve has 250 career homers now. He has 300 stolen bases. He needs one more double to get 450 doubles for his career. There are only 10 other Major League Baseball players in history that have at least 250 homers, 450 doubles, and 300 stolen bases. Those 10 are Bobby Abreu, Carlos Beltran, Craig Biggio, Barry Bonds, Andre Dawson, Ricky Henderson, Derek Jeter, Willie Mays, Vada Pinson, and Alex Rodriguez. That is good company for Jose Altuve, who is cementing his Hall of Fame status with each passing day. We can debate whether he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think that he'll get the
first ballot.
I think he'll get the Carlos Beltran treatment of a lot of people will penalize him for the sign stealing scandal in the first ballot.
10 years from now, though.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be different if it were voting this year, but it's 10 years from now. Plus, you're going to have those 5 years of him being out of baseball. He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I agree with that sentiment. I do, because by the point he is out, maybe the sign stealing scandal will have lost its, I don't know if luster is the right word, but its visceral reaction that you talk about with Jose Altuve or any of these guys. So maybe it does go that way, but Carlos Beltran was penalized in his first year on the ballot because of that. So who knows? Maybe Jose Altuve meets the same fate. But at the end of the day, Tyler, just all around, this was a series win that the Astros very much needed. You talked about the vibes have been very, very high since Carlos Correa came over. The trade deadline really re-energized the clubhouse, but you wouldn't know that by the play on the field. They only, on this road trip, they ended it well, but they only went 4-6 on this road trip. They got swept in Boston, did not play well in Boston at all. The vibes maybe have not matched the on-field product, but ending it this way, ending it with a series win against a Yankees team and beating on Sunday beating their ace. Like Max Fried is one of the highest paid pitchers in baseball, the highest contract ever given, most lucrative contract ever given to a left-handed pitcher, a free agent left-handed pitcher, and they had their way with him. And this was a win. Felt like a series win that this team really needed coming into a homestand.
Yeah, you're right. Like the vibes are different, and it's gonna keep on rolling. You know, Javier, bro, really play somewhere near a field, hopefully. You know, Luis Garcia will be back soon. Like the team is getting back together, and if you can have someone named Jason consistently give you 6 innings of shutout ball, out.
Yes.
I do need the Mariners to stop winning, though. That's getting annoying.
The Mariners, Josh Reddick should cover his ears. Like the Mariners are good. Like that is they are a legitimate like threat. This is the one game the Astros lost this weekend did cost them in the standings. The Mariners are now a half game back of the Astros in the American League West. They are an absolute unit right now. I think they are 9-1 since the trade deadline. Cal Raleigh hit another homer today after winning the game with a home run yesterday. This is not going to be a cakewalk, and I don't think anyone expected it to be, but this Mariners team does not look like the Mariners teams of old that kind of did their August face plant and had to fire Scott Service last year, you always kind of expect the Mariners to regress a little bit, but I mean, I hate to bring down the vibes here, Tyler, but like if you look at this Mariners team, like that they are on paper, they are a more well-rounded team than the Astros, just in terms of rotation depth, in terms of, I think you saw this weekend that the Astros bullpen depth has really dwindled, that they've got Brian Abreu and Josh Hader, who are both very, very good, but they don't have much behind them. And as of this moment, they have 2 starters that they can really count on. They're treading water right now, pitching wise. The Mariners are not doing that. The Mariners are as well-rounded a pitching staff and as well-rounded of a lineup as there is in the American League. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough division for the Astros to kind of finish off here.
Fangraphs has the Mariners above the Astros in percentage to win the division. Now it's 52 to the Mariners, 46 to the Astros. The Astros are still going to make the playoffs, right? I mean, they're right. I just mean like percentage, right? They're at like 92%. Like they're barring a collapse, should be there. But the division it's going to be a tight race, and like you said, the Mariners are set up to be really good. The one thing I would say is, you say on paper they are better, and I would agree, except they don't get to wear the Astros uniforms, which for some reason makes a difference. And until I see the Mariners beat the Astros, I'm just going to keep assuming that the Astros will pull it out.
I mean, I think that too, but I will say this. The Mariners the last couple of years have had the Astros number in the regular season. They have played the Astros very well. I believe they won the season series last year. I think they won the season series in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. This is not a Mariners team that's like scared of the Astros. There's a lot of veteran guys over there that have been through the quote unquote wars with the Astros in the AL West. Like, this is not a situation where I'm expecting like the Mariners to cower or like, not rise to the moment like we've seen the Astros do time and time again, because we've seen the Mariners do that, especially against the Astros. So this is going to be a dogfight, and it's one of these things where you're at the point now with about 45 games left in the schedule. You start looking at, all right, like who's playing who this week, like who has the advantage. Like the Mariners are about to go on the road. They get the Orioles for 3 this coming week, but the Astros come home. They are playing at home, but they get the Boston Red Sox with Alex Bregman, and perhaps more importantly on Monday with Garrett Crochet, who is quite good, who will probably factor into the top 3 of the Cy Young voting this year. But the Astros are going to get a pitcher back of their own on Monday. Christian Javier will make his season debut on Monday against the Boston Red Sox. And understandably, he is the focus of our DraftKings player spotlight. Tyler, it feels like forever ago that we talked about Christian Javier. This will be his first start in a major league uniform in 14 months since undergoing Tommy John surgery last June. The rehab outings have, it's weird because you don't want to talk about rehab results because the Astros and a lot of other teams don't put a lot of stock into just the pitching lines on rehab starts. Or when a position player goes, they don't care if he goes 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. They only care that like they come out of it healthy and they look all right. The underlying metrics in Christian Javier's rehab starts have not looked good. He has walked a lot of guys. His velo's been okay, but this has never been a guy that's been a velo pitcher. It's all about the induced vertical break and the hop on the fastball. He's gotten some swing and miss, but not nearly as much as you'd like to see. This is a very good Red Sox lineup that just took it to the Astros earlier on this road trip for 3 games. This is not a soft landing spot for him, but it's one that, I think the Astros will welcome him back. And obviously they need just his presence in this rotation.
Yeah. So like you said, he's made a handful of rehab starts. He's pitched 14 innings in the minors this year. He has struck out 15 batters, which is good. He has walked 15 batters, which is not good.
No.
So when the numbers come up for DraftKings tomorrow, I'm going to reluctantly be taking whatever the over on walks is for Christian Javier. He's never been a low walk pitcher anyway. He's a career he's walking 3.7 per 9, which is a little on the high side. But he's walking more than a batter an inning in the minor leagues so far. He's coming back from Tommy John. Now, I mean, he's coming back quick. 14 months is like lightning compared to everybody else that the Astros are bringing back. So it's exciting that he's going to be out there, but I would expect some command issues. The Red Sox, like you said, also have a patient lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, you already know Alex Bregman is going to put together some annoying at-bats against Javier and then poke one into the Crawford boxes. That's just, I can already see that coming. He's going to have the little choke up swing, do one of these, and then hit one about 370 feet to the Crawford boxes on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. Somebody clip this if that happens. I'm going to look like a genius. But, I'm going to expect some rust or some growing pains, depending on who you are and how you want to phrase it, if you're Spencer Arrighetti. But I'm going to expect some command issues. I would be shocked if he does not walk a handful of batters. Also, the Astros have to let him pitch. Like they don't have the ability to yank him in the second inning. He's going to pitch. I mean, unless he's just getting shelled, but I mean, they're going to keep trying to stretch him out, because that's the thing is you don't want to pull him at 40 pitches even if he's getting shelled, because you're trying to stretch him out. So he's going to be out there, and we'll see. But I mean, so exciting to have him back. Really looking forward to it. What a matchup! I mean, I was talking to somebody today at the roller rink, not to brag, with my daughter, who can just tear it up. By the way,
I got videos I can confirm.
She is a menace out there on the skating rink. But anyway, I was talking to somebody who was saying they were trying to go tomorrow, and even the 400 sections, the cheapest they could find was $60. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be packed. I wish I could go, but it is the first day of kindergarten on Tuesday, so I will not be there. But I mean, Bregman back, first Correa home game, especially after the streak he's had since joining the Astros. Javier back, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, and like we said, Tyler's all in on the walks. I will tell you, I do believe Christian Javier will be on a pitch count. So when you pull up DraftKings and come here, and there's some props for Christian Javier, make sure you understand that he will probably be on a pitch count. Probably won't go very deep into the game, but you still should download the DraftKings Pick 6 app right now and use code FOUL. That's code FOUL. New customers, you play $5 and get $50 in bonus picks instantly. Ride the upside where a few bucks can turn into a bag. only at DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Hey, before we move on, can I give you a quick Jose Altuve stat?
Why not? Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So real quick, OPS, on base percentage plus slugging percentage. OPS plus is an averaged version of that, and it is averaged relative to the league.
It's a league adjusted number.
Correct. So 100 OPS plus means you are a dead on average hitter for the league that year. It takes into account ballpark and scoring environment, all of that. Now, there's another stat. We're 3 layers deep. Everybody hang with me. There's a stat called TOPS plus, which is basically you as a player relative to yourself. So when you are playing another team, say, for example, the Yankees, if you are better than your average, your TOPS plus would be higher. If you are worse against the team, your TOPS plus would be lower. This is a stat of how good Jose Altuve is as a just player. Knowing that, Chandler, would you guess that Altuve's TOPS plus is higher or lower than 100 against the New York Yankees in his career?
I'd imagine it's like very over 100.
You would think that, wouldn't you? His TOPS plus is 92. He has been slightly worse than his career self against the New York Yankees in his career. A lot of that is because, at the beginning.
I was about to say, I wonder how much of that was like the 2012, 2013, like Carlos Correa, like
right.
I mean,
it also doesn't account playoffs.
Yeah.
It's in the regular season, but for his career, he's hit 276. He's at a 799 OPS, which is a 92 TOPS plus. So he's been slightly worse than normal Altuve against the Yankees. That's not a stat of like, oh, he's actually not that good against the Yankees. That's a stat of, good Lord, Jose Altuve is so good, because you watch him against the Yankees and you just assume like, this is way better than he normally is. Like, no, that's how good Jose Altuve. He's always that good. Like that's who he is as a player. The fact that it is not dramatically higher is a real testament to just how good and how consistent Altuve has been in his career.
He's been excellent. He very quietly now, I don't know if you can say quietly after the series he just had, he very quietly has an 826 OPS now this season.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking on this podcast like 2 months ago, asking whether the contract they gave him was bad, because
it turns out he's just really good.
It turns out he just needed just give him a couple weeks. He'll be
Mm-hmm.
fine. Carlos Correa has raised his OPS by 40 points since joining the Astros.
He looks so good.
He got here with a 704 OPS and now will come to Dyken Park for his second homecoming with a 744 OPS. So he's raised his OPS by 40 points. Monday at Dyken Park is going to be an absolute zoo. From my perspective,
I'd love it to be a zoo. That sounds awesome.
Well, Cam got a hit today, so Cam
he did.
He doesn't need to. He maybe doesn't need a zoo break as much as we thought, but it will be a zoo from just my vantage point, because there's so much stuff going on. Carlos Correa has played 9 games as an Astro, but will somehow be asked about what it's like to be back with the Astros after playing 9 games. Alex Bregman's coming back. Christian Javier's coming back. A lot of stuff will be going on. I think the focus will obviously, from our perspective, be on Correa and Javier, because they're, more important to this current Astros team. But Alex Bregman coming home, this one I think will hit a little bit different. Like I think when Correa came back the first time with the Twins, it obviously resonated a lot more, and they did the big tribute video, and he was given a hero's welcome, as he should be given. But Bregman, I think will be on par with that, because this is a guy that, not a stretch to say, face of the franchise. Jose Altuve is the face of the franchise, the face of the golden era, but you can have multiple faces if you want. Alex Bregman's certainly one of them. He's going to be coming back to Dyken Park. Tyler, I think I speak for both of us when we think he's going to get pretty thunderous ovation coming back. He should. It's not as if, he left on bad terms. It's not as if, he was ugly or angry on the way out. They just didn't offer him the money that the Red Sox or the Tigers did. So he took more money, which is, what all of us would do. What do you think? What do you think the kind of feel around the ballpark will be like tomorrow when Alex Bregman steps in the batter's box as a member of the opposing team?
Yeah, it's going to be good vibes all around. Like you said, Correa homecoming, Bregman homecoming. I will say, for those of you not watching on YouTube, we have these little banners that pop up whenever we change segments, and Chandler writes them, and it said Alex Bregman comes home. I'm very disappointed you did not spell home the Cajun way with
No,
EAUX.
I hate that. I hate that.
Oh,
I
you love
hate
it.
that.
You love it.
That is the one thing that LSU and Louisiana people do that I cannot stand. Do not put EAU, like go is fine. GEAUX is fine.
Is it because your last name could be
No.
that? Is that why you're bitter about it?
No,
That your
just
name
like-
is spelled wrong?
Just like don't force it. Like GEAUX is fine. Like that is, I totally get that. Don't force it into other stuff. Like when they went to, I know you don't have frame of reference for this, but like when they went to Omaha, that's where they played the College
I
World
hate
Series.
you.
That's where they played
We
the College
finished
World.
second last year.
And then Billy Lucci's payroll, I guess, just dried up.
what?
And they couldn't give Schlossnagle a bunch of money. But when they go to Omaha every year, they try to make it OEAUX Maha. And I'm like, no, that's not what needs to happen. Like, that's forcing it too much. So no, it should not be written like that.
Anyway, how many purple Bregman jerseys will you see from the press box? Over under 20.
Oh, I'd take the over. I would easily take the over.
Okay.
I
need you to count. I need you to tally them up from the press box.
I mean, I can't count to 25. I went to LSU, as we've discussed.
That's true.
When you get up in those numbers, it gets difficult. I imagine you will see a lot of Red Sox Bregman jerseys. That is a team that travels very well. That is a fan.
They all live in the Woodlands. We've already talked about this. All the Yankees and Red Sox fans live in the Woodlands, so they just come in.
Oh, have we talked about this?
Yes, I don't know why, but that's the bit. Is like the Woodlands and Katy. That's where all of the Yankees and the fake Houston people live. Apologies to those of you who live there.
The Woodlands is a great place.
Oh, it rules. I'm at Cynthia Mitchell as often as possible. I saw John Mayer out there like 10 years ago, and it ruled.
I tried to go see Jason Isbell there like a couple years ago, and they wouldn't comply with like the vaccine mandate at the time. So Jason Isbell just like canceled the show. That was not I mean, it tracks for everything. Like for them not complying with the vaccine mandate and Jason Isbell pulling the show because of it, it all tracks. But
let me give you a quick. So when I saw John Mayer, this must have been 2014. It was right after the Born and Raised album, I believe. But it was also Jared Cozart's first start for the Astros. Astros legend Jared Cozart, League City legend. I saw him at Home Depot here one time. Anyway, he was pitching and he carried a no-hitter until like the 8th inning, and I was following it on game day on my phone while watching. I think Phillip Phillips opened for John Mayer. But so I have a very specific sense memory of like watching my phone trying to follow Jared Cozart's first start and him taking a no-hitter in there. But anyway, shout out the Woodlands. Look, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to watch these games. Huge games. Like the Red Sox are right on the cusp of, trying to get in the division race as well. The Blue Jays have just been a wagon this year, but the Red Sox are 3 games back. Like they've been hot. So we'll see. I mean, it's a really important series for both teams. I assume the Mariners play some AA team so they can just keep winning.
I told you already. They play the Orioles.
It's
Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, and a bunch of guys you've never heard of.
Yeah, but is Adley Rutschman even good?
No, not anymore. They're talking about some catching prospect they have in AA that's going to come up and take
That's
his place.
so sad. I really wanted him to be good. I was very excited.
For a little
I
bit.
know, for like a year, and then he just fell off. But I mean, this is a big series, and of course now the Red Sox, have jumped the Yankees. The Yankees have been falling apart as we've seen. So a really big series for both teams. Again, it's going to feel like I mean, tomorrow's going to feel like a playoff atmosphere. Like the first couple of innings are just going to be juiced. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's probably not to the Astros' benefit that the two hottest teams in baseball currently are the Boston Red Sox, who they're about to play, and the Seattle Mariners, who are a half game behind them in the American League West. But that's the reality that they live in. And the thing that, if you're an Astros fan, that probably worries you a little bit is that, in this series against the Red Sox, you're going to throw Christian Javier, which you don't know what you're going to get out of him. And I had to guess right now, it probably won't be 2022 Christian Javier. It probably will not be punch out 10 in 6 innings and look dominant doing it. It's his first start back in 14 months. It's a lot of the things that we have talked about for a while now. You can activate these guys off the injured list. That's one thing. Getting them to pitch effectively is another thing. And you saw that with Spencer Arrighetti against the Marlins, who is going to follow Christian Javier and pitch on Tuesday at Daikin Park, I believe against Dustin May of the Red Sox. But Hunter Brown will pitch on Wednesday. So the Astros will get at one of their two mainstays in the rotation in that series. But it's going to be a tough one. And it's going to be one, you just saw the Red Sox in Fenway. They had their way with the Astros for 3 games. They pitched them very well. The Astros did not. The Astros gave themselves chances, but just didn't get that big hit with runners in scoring position. And they struggled with runners in scoring position to a point against the Yankees as well, but finally got some big hits on Sunday to kind of widen that game out a little bit, and that helped. But yeah, Tyler, this is I wondered though, when you look at the Yankees series, I think there were a couple things that stood out as like more indicative and more instructive of what's going on for the next, for the foreseeable future for this team. I cover your ears. I know you're not going to like this. Cam Smith.
It's hard with the headphones on, but
right,
I'll try.
Cam Smith got pinch hit for in a pretty crucial spot on Friday by Victor Caratini. He did not start Saturday's game, got in there, took an at bat late in the game, came in as a pinch runner, started on Sunday, as we talked about, got a 2-run single that helped out. But, I think this road trip may have, shown that Cam Smith's status as an everyday player is slipping a little bit. And part of that is, they have Jesus Sanchez now that they can platoon him with. I think when they get back to Daikin Park, when they can play Jose Altuve in left field a little bit more, I think that will even further accentuate that maybe Cam Smith's hold on an everyday job is not solid. And I think the other thing, we talked about it a little bit earlier, Brian King did not have a great weekend in leverage roles. He came in, he threw really well today in a very non-leverage spot, but this is a team that's still trying to figure out who's going to be that third reliever bridging to Brian Abreu and Josh Hader. And speaking of Brian Abreu, I know he got the 5 outs they needed him to get today. He was dead tired, was throwing 93, 94. He got it up to 98, 99 when he had to get Bellinger out in the 8th inning. He found it, but this is a guy that, again, you're starting to see the volume of innings, and it's not even just the appearances. It's, he only had pitched in 1 game in this series before Sunday, but he warmed up on Saturday too. And warming up in the bullpen, AJ Hinch used to say it is the exact same as an appearance. So
and what do they call it again?
If they don't use them, yeah, that's called dry humping.
Okay.
If you get a reliever up, if you get a reliever up in the bullpen and you do not use him, that is called dry humping. You dry humped a reliever.
Do you think that's going to be on like MLB.com's like glossary of terms?
It should be. I mean, it's pretty
it's ubiquitous. Everyone says that.
Pretty widely used, in baseball circles, and if you don't work in the industry but the game pretty well, it's pretty commonly used. So they have got to find a third reliever that they really, really trust, because again, if you're going into this stretch of games with 2 starting pitchers and 2 relievers you trust, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it's Lance McCullers. That's who the other reliever is.
Can we not do this?
Okay, sorry. Okay, you gave me a lot of thoughts. First off, Cam Smith. They mentioned on the broadcast today this was his 102nd game this season. Last season was the most games he ever played in his career, combining Florida State and the minor leagues and the minor league playoffs. I believe he played 101. So he's already passed his like career high in games. There's 7 weeks left of the season plus October. He's got to have rest. So it's not even a question of is he an everyday player or not. Even if he was, he needs 2 games off a week just to give him rest over the rest of the season here. He did have a classic Cam Smith liner down the right field line. That's become his swing, to really break the game open today. So, he's so tired. You can just tell. So we'll definitely see him have games off over the next few weeks, and it's necessary. They need to do that to protect him. You're right. Brian King has been struggling. Although as a former U.S. history teacher, I could have told you, look, Yankees are going to want to drop bombs off King. I've given that lesson before. So, maybe avoid that. But yeah, they're going to have to find some other people, and they also just need their starters to go longer. Having Jason Alexander go 6 1/3 today was huge. Like that was very beneficial for the Astros. It's wild that he had the best start of the Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez weekend. But there's 7 weeks left. You got to just kind of push through. Sometimes you're going to have to use Brian Abreu to get 5 outs. And even without his best stuff, he's really, really good. That's a really, really good pitcher. And so you're glad to have him, but you're right. They're running out of juice in the pitching department, but that's why it's all the more important that Javier can come back, that Arrighetti can bounce back from his last start, that Luis Garcia can alligator arm some strikes in there with his new, arm slot. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tight race down the stretch here. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll wrap up right after another message from our friends at Foul Territory.
AJ, I'm on my phone right now in Arena Club, and I'm looking at the Emerald slab packs, and I see in the Grail a Bobby Witt Jr. 2020 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto Gold Refractor card.
Give me that. Give me your phone. I'm gonna get you to
you gotta buy
that to me.
I don't have it.
I thought you had it.
Get a slab pack. No, I don't have that.
Then give me your slab pack.
That card's worth.
You buy me slab pack, Scott, so I can get the Bobby Witt Jr. Gold Refractor 2020 Bowman Chrome Auto, because that sounds awesome.
And it's worth a lot.
It's worth a lot. He's a stud. He's not going down. Get a Grail. I want a Grail, Scott. Give me the Holy Grail. You do it.
To do that, you must get yourself a slab pack in Arena Club. Or if you want to get it for a friend, you can do that too. And right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or your first card purchase. If you're going on there and you're just like, hey, I want a specific card. I find it there. I want to grab it for my showroom. arenaclub.com/foul and use the code FOUL.
I said we were going to wrap up, and we're just going to throw another advertisement in here. For some reason, Foul Territory and the people that run this podcast think that people want to buy merchandise that have this logo on it, the Crush City Territory logo. And to my utter shock, people are purchasing merchandise for us. We want to shout out a couple of people. Michael Rojas, Sherry Goldsberry, and Cody Moss have already shopped where you can all shop on crushcityterritoryshop.com. And there's a ton of cool stuff. They have lightweight. I ordered a lightweight hoodie. They have like normal hoodies, t-shirts. They have coffee mugs, stickers, spiral notebooks, duffel bags, backpacks. They have a ton of stuff you can go get on crushcityterritoryshop.com. And once we get everything, look, it's open, it's ready. You can go buy stuff right now if you want to. But once we get things really under control, we'll start doing some giveaways here. We'll try to do maybe even some live podcasts where we'll have merch for you guys to come get. But until then, please go to crushcityterritoryshop.com. And, some things are as cheap as $5. There's a sticker that's as cheap as $5. They have a really cool stainless steel water bottle that's like $20. They have a Traveler's coffee mug that's like $25. Like, it just has the Crush City Territory logo on it. It doesn't have
Mhm.
my face or name on it, which is good for everyone.
That's disappointing. I'd
We're
pay
going to get
extra for
Tyler's
that.
face and name
Mhm.
on it at some point. That'll drive sales up immediately. But
Mhm.
it's really cool. I hope everyone can go check that out. Tyler, have you shopped yet?
Yeah, we got some in the cart here. I'm gonna get some T-shirts for me and Alicia. I believe we're getting hats at some point too,
We are.
which I'm excited about that. Uh, it's wild, man. Like we just were texting in November or whatever. Like, should we start a podcast? Like, okay, I don't know who's gonna listen to it, and we got merch. That's cool. You signed an autograph for some reason. So that's exciting. But yeah, I'm excited to do some live stuff coming up. You know, in the off season when there's less stuff to talk about, we can definitely organize some of those things. Really excited. I don't know when the next Astros game that I'll be at will be, but I did win the lottery for the Savannah Bananas tickets, so I'll be up there somewhere. If you're going to that, let me know.
Are you
Or-
into that? Are you into that, or are Livy and Alicia and all them into that?
I mean, I'm not gonna like watch a week's worth of Savannah, but I will go see them. That
Yeah.
sounds fun. Like I remember I had a birthday party when I was a kid at the Harlem Globetrotters in Houston, and that's tons of fun. That seems like a similar vibe to me. Hot take, I like people playing baseball, and I like people having fun watching baseball. Cool. You know, like I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, it's not real baseball, but they're also not trying to be. That's not the
Right.
point. It's supposed to be entertaining. So I watched the 2013 Astros. They can't be worse, you know? Like it's definitely going to be more entertaining than that.
I mean, the 2013 Astros did have Jose Altuve on the team.
Carlos
like-
Pena,
Wow.
you know.
We can really start naming guys. Justin Maxwell,
Oh.
Brandon Barnes,
That guy had so much raw power. Justin Maxwell. I thought he was going to be so good.
Jimmy Paredes.
Oh, you were not around, but I've talked about it before. But the play where he and Altuve collided, and I thought he decapitated Altuve, scared me for a long time. But yes, I watched that team, so I'll be at the Savannah Bananas. We'll see you there. But yeah, I'll go to a couple more hopefully this year. I still have 2 Buddies Club tickets I need to use, so at some point I'll be at a game. But it's wild. Yeah, go shop. It'll be it's exciting. I'm really it's wild to me that that people listen to this and that people are spending American dollars on merchandise with our logo on it. It's really cool. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Like I know we joke on here. It's insane. Like it's so cool that you guys do that you interact with us. I know I shouldn't do this. I read every comment on YouTube.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
I'm not strong enough to not. I see them all. Most of them are very nice. There's 2 guys that are not fans of me, and they'll let you know in the YouTube comments. But other than that, everybody's been really. I enjoy doing it. I like interacting with people. It's fun. So thank you guys for listening and supporting us and being here. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, and we'll keep trying our best to give you guys good content. I think we got something interesting coming this week. We'll have a prospect of a fast ascending Astros prospect coming on the show this week, probably on Thursday. I think we've got that finalized for Thursday, but we'll have Reddick back on this week. We'll talk about this Red Sox series coming up that is pretty consequential for both sides. We'll talk about Carlos Correa's reception in his return to Dyken Park. We'll talk about Alex Bregman's return. We'll talk about it all on Crush City Territory. And as always, you can follow me on X at Chandler_Rome. You can follow Tyler at Tyler C. Stafford. As I said, if you want to buy some merch, if you want to get anything you want, shop, see, browse, you can go to crushcityterritoryshop.com. If you just want to subscribe to the podcast, you can do that on Apple and Spotify. You can like the shows there. You can rate and review them there. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get notified every time we post a new video podcast. As always, again, as Tyler said, we really appreciate the outpouring of support, the outpouring of just fandom and love that you guys have given us. We really appreciate it. We're trying our hardest to give you guys what you want, but we will be back soon. We'll be back after this Red Sox series to talk the Astros and where they're at in the American West. But until then, we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.
Bye.